motherfucking middle finger up in this bitch. ATL, St. Louis, Alabama, Chicago, the Carolinas, DC, Bay Area, Miami, New York, Vegas, Texas. Y'all niggas can't fuck up my niggas, ho. 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 Motherfuck that nigga, motherfuck that bitch. 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 Y'all niggas more flexing that, flaunting that.
Yeah, man, you already know what time it is. We're back here to serve some more game on the ground for them hungry hounds. We just cut the pan and are ready for the next round. So with that being said, making sure that the audio is good and we are straight. We are good to go. So with that being said, man, you see the title of this episode. He said Mike Perry got another KO tonight. Hell yeah. I ain't seen it yet. I'll have to look at it. But we might be able to look at it tonight, maybe. But yeah, man, with that being said, y'all see the title of this episode, this topic, whatever the case may be. Terry Joel Jr., man, this dude, he be speaking facts, man. He be speaking facts about shit that goes on in the male mind as a man. How shit that goes on as a man that you got to deal with and that's going to happen to you, and that he just be speaking facts. So with that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and get up into this B Hanach. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Boom. Go ahead and do that right there. And with that being said, I will have this sped up a little bit, just simply to have it sped up. But yeah, with that being said, we're finna jump into this episode, this B Hanach. Let's get it.
You know, there's certain things you're gonna have to go through in your own life, in your own personal life, that you cannot train for, you cannot prepare, you cannot anticipate this happening, things that will happen. And take this from someone who has been on his grind for the last 10 years straight. And I'm talking about a next level grind. I'm not talking about keeping up fitness, staying upkeep. I'm talking next level grind, focus, determination, work ethic, strictness, discipline, true ambition. Not just kind of working out sometimes, not just kind of on my grind sometimes. Everything into it. Take this from me. You cannot anticipate, you cannot prepare, you cannot train for the things that's going to come your way. Because when Satan sees you on that tip, when he sees what you can do for this world in a positive light, all hell is going to break loose in your life. And right before your biggest breakthroughs, you're going to see it. You're going to see it all unfold. People around you will start to act very weird. You're going to feel like you're in your own world and there's nobody else who understands you. You're doing your own thing and no one is on your level. Like, it doesn't mean you're at the highest peak of the mountain and no one's there. No one's just at where you're currently at. There's people ahead of you. There's people below you. No one is at where you're at. And only you can go through this. That's why I'm saying you cannot anticipate for what's to come. You have to go through your own life, through your own journey, through your own trials and tribulations. Hard things are going to happen to you. Hard things are going to happen to me. Satan is going to attack us all that want to do better in life. And that's the way it's going to happen.
That's a fact.
And like I said, you cannot anticipate, you cannot train or even know what's going to happen, because what's going to happen is going to happen and there's nothing you can do about it. You have to go through it.
That's a fact.
You have to witness it. You have to experience it for yourself.
There's a saying that I like to say about when shit happens. It's a short saying, but it's a saying of facts. And that saying is, it is what it is. There is nothing you can do about the situation except go through it, unfortunately. And that's just how it goes. In life, we get thrown curveballs. We get storms. These fat-ass black clouds come over here and just start pouring down on you, shooting lightning out every which way, thunder, roaring. and there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing that you can do is go through the storm. If you hide in the storm, if you hide from the storm, it's going to be even longer to get out. But if you just go through it and get it over with and go through that situation, you're going to get out of it a lot quicker than you really thought you would. And that's 100% facts. And in the process, it's going to seem like it's a never ending situation. But once you get out of there, you're going to feel so much more relief, so much more rewarding, and you'll see how much greener the grass is on the other side.
And it's very eye-opening. It's very eye-opening. Satan will even send you many, many females your way that look very good, that you're going to have many false starts with. And it's all to test you. And you know what? Every single one you go through and then you come out on the other end, you're going to gain more experience from that situation. You're going to get stronger from that situation.
Yep.
And when Satan sees that you're getting stronger and stronger and stronger, more in your power, he's going to get flustered. He's going to start to do other things. He might try to make you choke on your damn food. I don't know what's going to happen, but you can't prepare for what's to come. You just have to go through it. The people around you is going to start acting funny. You don't know what's going to happen. It's just you.
That's a fact.
You'd be lucky if there was one person in your life who understood anything what you have to say. You'd be lucky to have it. Very lucky. Because I went through many years in my past. Nobody understood me. Everyone thought I was.
That's another thing, is that when you're talking to somebody or somebody talking to you, you know, and they you know, saying, you know, like, how you doing, man? What you been on lately and all this, that, and the third, and you be telling them about your situation or whatever. You'd be like, damn, bro, yeah, I get it. I understand. I this, that, and the third. And they're saying that shit to make you feel better, but they don't actually understand what the hell it is that you're going through. That's just like whenever you tell somebody, yeah, man, my mom just died, or my dad just died, or my sister or brother, or whoever the fuck in your family just died. And they'd be like, damn, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Bitch, you ain't sorry. You just saying that shit to make me feel better. Shut your capping ass up. You know, it's like people say that shit just to make you feel better, but at the end of the day, you know damn well it's cap. They don't understand. They're not sorry. It's just quote unquote, I guess you could say cordial or whatever to say that shit. And it's just like, bro, like, come on now.
Crazy. And not like paranoid crazy, but just like no one knew what I was doing. Obviously, I'm talented. Obviously, I'm in the gym. Obviously, I'm fit. But what is he doing? People just think you're crazy. They don't know what you're doing. Every single person that once had a big vision, I'm not going to call it a dream, every single person who had a big vision for themselves was labeled crazy until they do it. And these are just certain things you're going to have to go through in your own life. There's many awakenings you're going to have to face. It could be awakenings towards what women are actually like. It could be awakenings towards what you see the world as, for what you see your family as, for what you see the people around you, your friends, your acquaintances. There's all these different awakenings, and it's all an awakening. I know people very well. I know women very, very well. I know a lot of things very well, and they were all awakenings. I used to view women a lot differently than I currently do right now, and it's not that I view them in a bad light. It is the opposite, because there was one point where I didn't view them in a negative at all. But then I went through things and I started to view, I never viewed everyone the same way. That's just stupid, because you see people in the world and women who are doing well and who aren't crazy. So you can never just view everybody in the same light. You can't label people the same way. You can't even label modern women all the same, because some are worse than others, et cetera, et cetera. But my viewpoint on women started to change when I experienced some things. And not all of them the same way, but it's like you just get a better feel of what things are actually like, because you're going through life, you're going through the motions. And it wasn't at the best at one point, but then it got better again, because there's levels to awakenings when you see certain things. Bro, the devil's even trying to make women view us in a bad light. That's the devil. Every feminist you see, every woman you see, that, oh, all men are trash, all men are dogs. I just love to control men. It just, oh, you ladies, you don't know the feeling. Bro, there's women that say shit like that.
The unfortunate thing about that whole thing is that social media boosts those females who talk like that and overshadow the ones who don't think like that because they are boosting the division between men and women. So, unfortunately, you see more of those bullshit feminists than you do the actual women because the actual women are actually doing what the fuck they're supposed to do and be a woman. So the bullshit feminists overshadow the actual feminine women, unfortunately. And so I can see how it would be easy to look at most women, if not all women, the same. But you got to look at it from that perspective, bro. Because they push those bullshit feminist women to overshadow the real women who are doing what they're supposed to do. And the reason why you don't see the real women on social media very much is because they're too busy doing what the fuck they're supposed to do as a woman, to be sitting around scrolling on social media all the fucking time because they're taking care of their family, taking care of their kids, their husband, or whatever the case may be. Maybe they're taking care of their parents. They're too busy doing what the hell they're supposed to do to be sitting there scrolling around on social media. So that's why you don't see them on the internet. You know, I used to see people, man, where's all the good women now? Where's all this at? Where's all that at? The only thing you're going to find on social media is the bullshit feminist women, the OnlyFans women, the porn women, and all that shit, bro. Them the only females that you're going to find on the internet. That's a fact.
Caught on video. Where I come from. That is Satan. That is the devil. The devil is in those types of females. And he has happened his way. He blocks their own blessings. So this is a battle everybody has to figure out on their own. You're not the only one that experiences things. I'm not the only one that experiences things. Every single person you know experiences things. And the people that want to stay true to themselves the most, the people that want to reach their potential the most, are going to get attacked the hardest. There's lots of people getting attacked, but it's like they fail under the easiest attacks. And it just keeps them the same. They stay the same, and they don't become the person, the man or woman they're supposed to be. That is Satan. There's many times, bro, females was presented with like their dream guy, and they could not pull the trigger. They couldn't do it because Satan stopped it. Satan.
Now, here's the thing. Satan didn't actually physically stop it. What he does is he gets in your mind, makes you think all these different things, and gets you to start doubting and doing this and doing that. So you are the one who pulls the trigger whenever you don't do something or do something. He can't physically do anything to you. So he gets you to do those things to yourself. He knows he can't physically do anything to you. So he gets you to do yourself dirty. Isn't that crazy? The term "the devil made me do it" is cap. He got you to do it yourself. He didn't force you to do nothing. He whispered something to you and you decided to listen to it.
Satan ruins women's lives. Satan ruins whoever's life he can. You can't just let it be you. You can't let that shit be you. Is what you can't let happen. I've been tested a million times over and over and over again. He's never going to get me. He's never going to get me. Because I'm going to pull through. You're not going to keep me down. There's no possible way. Because I'm going to keep going. I'm going to stay true to who I am. And I've been attacked very, very hard in my life at times. The attacks still happen, but to this point, it's almost like a little tickle now. I don't even like, bro, some things that I go through, my strength and where it's built at now might break somebody else. Because we don't all handle things the same. Things that happen to me, bro, like even recently, but it's like a little tickle to me now. It's like, I don't even consider it a test. But for some of you, it might have happened to you, the same thing that happened to me, and it might have broke you down to your knees. I'm not saying yes, it will. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but like, I don't know. Like there's some people it would have broke. And to me, it was like a little tickle. It's like, I keep living my life. Because of where my strength is at, my experience. If you've never experienced anything like what happened, like something that happened to me, it could break you down. If I experienced what I experienced even in the last month, in the last 2 months, in the last 3 months, when I was 18, 19, 16, 17, 18, 19, it would have done far more harm. Far more.
Oh yeah.
I'm to the point where it don't even do harm. Saint don't know what to do. He's scrambling. He's looking in the closet, just throwing things around. He's just in a panic, trying to attack me in some way, shape, or form. This is where you got to be careful, because he's going to start to use people that's around you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't do that, he might make you choke on your own damn food. You don't know.
If he can't get to you, he will get to you through other people. That's 100% facts, man.
You just be on a roll. That's when some other weird shit's going to happen. It ain't never going to stop. It's different levels, different devils, and whatever he can do to just make things harder, he will do it. He will do it. He's going to try to give you a scare sometimes. He's going to do some things. He'll make someone that's cutting your hair mess up on purpose, just to ruin the next week or two of your life because your hair's not as good as it was. You never know. That's minor, but you get what I'm saying. Things will just go wrong at times to try to get you off center. He'll throw a hot female your way. He'll make her behave extremely, extremely well, so fluently. It's going to come off as so trustworthy, and all of a sudden,
boom,
the dagger in the back. You gotta be prepared mentally for things like that. That's why I make videos on women, bro, because you will be deceived. Believe me on that. Believe you me, you will be deceived. You will be.
You can only be deceived if you don't have the discernment to not be deceived. You know, I see why it's easy for people to be deceived by a female so well, because they use their body to entice a man, and they learn what the man likes, and they start catering to the things that he likes. Now, this isn't all females, obviously, but the modern feminist ones that be sitting around saying men ain't this and that, whatever, yeah. They'll learn what a man likes, start catering to it, until they get him where she wants him. I seen a video one time of this chick talking about how every time she gets into a relationship, she will act submissive. She'll do whatever the man wants her to do for the first month or two, and then she'll just stop. She'll just stop doing all the things that she's supposed to do as a female. And it's just like, man, you can't make this shit up. But yeah, you got to have the discernment to not be deceived. You got to understand whether a female or a hoe or a real one. And a hoe is going to do what a hoe does. At the end of the day, you can't be mad for a hoe doing hoe shit. Because that's what they do. That's what they know. They know hoe shit, so they're going to do hoe shit. You can't be mad at it. You can only be mad at yourself for thinking that she wasn't a hoe. Because you didn't do your proper research. And that goes with anybody. That's a fact.
So you can never believe what you're seeing. You can never believe what is going on. If things seem so well, if things seem so good, and someone's right in front of you just acting so well, that female, they will do whatever it takes to throw you off center. I'm telling you full well, you cannot trust it. You cannot trust them as far as you could chuck them.
For an example, look at Samson. Samson lost his power because he did not have the ability to discern the fact that Delilah was deceiving him to learn about his power. She kept asking the same questions over and over again. And you sitting here telling me that you didn't know that she was trying to figure out how you get your power. Like, come on, bro. You got to have that discernment.
Halfway across your living room, you cannot do it. You have to let time go on. Because they be deceiving, bro. They also want to see who you are. Is this guy going to take advantage of me? Is this guy just acting like he kind of likes me and I'm going to start to like him and he's going to have his way with me and he's just going to leave and never see me or look at me again? They're trying to find out as well. That's why they will deceive you. It's really a game. And in your mind, if you really do have good intentions, you can't seem to understand why they're playing games, but you have to understand why they're playing games. They don't want to be deceived. They don't want to be fooled. You don't want to be fooled. You don't like when games happen. Women don't like when games happen. Nobody wants to be deceived. Nobody wants to get the shitty end of the stick. Nobody wants to feel rejected. Nobody wants to feel not wanted. And sometimes, so many intense games could happen where you don't want to give up too much power. They don't want to give up too much power. It could be a terrific person for yourself. Very compatible. Satan can ruin that as well. That's something else, bro. You cannot anticipate what's going to happen.
The only way that Satan can ruin your relationship, ruin your marriage, ruin your family, whatever the case may be, is if it's not built in the foundation of God. If it ain't, then all hell gonna break loose at any moment. But if it is, all hell could still break loose and you can still put it back together because God gonna do it for you. If your relationship and your marriage and your family is built and based upon the foundation of God, He gonna put it all back together when it needs to be put all back together. But if it ain't, you're gonna try it yourself and you're gonna fail multiple times, and that's a fact. And you're gonna fail it every time you try it if you ain't built on the foundation of God, and that's 100% facts.
What's going to happen is going to happen. It's going to take a lot of work from your end. It's going to take a lot of work from their end to get past what Satan is doing. Because currently today, he's running the world. He's ruining so many things. I know so many people that should be together and they're not together. I guarantee you, bro, I've dealt with females already that I probably should have been with. Like, we were kind of together, kind of talking and stuff like that, but it's like we did not get together. Like, we didn't end up together. We're not together right now. So what's happening? Satan. And he will ruin more things in more ways than you'll ever know. And there's only one positive out of all of this. One. The more bad things you go through, the stronger it makes you, because what does not kill you makes you stronger. And that is a fact. He could have sent some dime piece your way, some smoke show. She sounded like she had a good personality. You guys were compatible. And it's like, damn, this is great. It's going well. And he's going to pull her away from yourself and literally strip her away and not let it happen. Just to see how you handle this. And if you can get by that, if you can get by other things, it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you care less in a good way, not in a bad way, in a good way. Because you understand what life is all about. Everything does happen for a reason, and only the strongest are going to survive.
Now, the one thing that I will say is that not everything that happens because of Satan. There are some things that don't happen because God says it is not supposed to happen at all, or it's not supposed to happen right now because you're not ready for it. And so you got to be able to discern when it's God telling you no and when it's the devil taking stuff away from you. Because it's very easy to get the two confused if you can't see that line between the two. Because God will take stuff away from you if it ain't what he has for you. If it ain't if it ain't aligned with the purpose that he got for you, he gonna take it away, or he's not gonna allow it to happen. That's a fact.
Only the strongest are going to survive these attacks. There's people living today, folks, but they're not even really living. They don't know why they're alive. They don't have a purpose. They don't have passions. They don't have anything. It's just like whatever all the time. And that's not good. When you have a purpose, when you have passions every day of your life, it's a completely different ballgame on earth. There's lots of people who had a big purpose and it came to an end and they didn't know how to manage in life. Dustin Poirier, UFC fighter, got knocked out by Justin Gaethje, went through a whole bunch of darkness, dark times, didn't know what to do. Because his life is fighting. His purpose is fighting. His purpose is being in the gym, training, and then to get a big fight in UFC. So He probably felt for weeks after he got knocked out, this might be the end. Dark times creep in.
And that right there is important. Is the reason why it's important that whatever your purpose is, that you are chasing a purpose, fulfilling your purpose, but through it all, you keep God first. Because once your purpose has been fulfilled, He's gonna lead you on to the next thing that He wants you to do, whether it's to sit back or whether it's to do something else. He's gonna show you what it is that He wants you to do that you're supposed to do. And if you don't know that, it's very easy for you to get lost. Like he was saying, what happened to Dustin Poirier. It's easy for you to get lost and depressed and not know, man, what the fuck am I going to do now? Because I don't have this or I don't have that. It's easy to get lost like that. So yeah, man, you got to keep your purpose, your journey. You got to keep God within all of it. Jesus in his Sermon on the Mount, I think it was the Sermon on the Mount. He said, put God first in everything that you do, and all those things will be given to you. He said that people, they need clothes, they need food, they need water, they need money, they need this, they need that. But if you put God first and you seek first the kingdom of heaven, all of those things will be added to you. But if you're not seeking God and his kingdom of heaven first, and you lose those things, you're not going to know what the hell to do. And that's a fact. That is a fact. So we're going to watch a little bit more of this, and we're going to go look at that Mike Perry knockout.
He's going to have to go through some stuff. Everyone goes through stuff. You're not the only one. I'm not the only one who has experienced crazy shit. The devil's going to do what he's going to do. He can make your life amazing, and he can put you in the darkest times you'd ever know. You cannot anticipate what's going to happen. That's why you have to stay humble. That's why you have to stay level-headed and be prepared. No matter how good things are, no matter how bad.
And that kind of correlates with what I was talking about earlier about weathering the storm. Just sticking with it and staying through it and getting through to the other side.
Things are. Be prepared. Stop living in a fantasy where you think, oh, this is going to happen one day for my life and all this stuff, and it's going to be great and all this stuff. And I'm done with that. I am done with that way of thinking. I'm prepared every day of my life to live it every single day, and what's going to happen is going to happen. I ain't looking too far ahead on anything. It doesn't matter what aspect of my life it is. I'm not looking too far ahead. We have 24 hours every single day. I'm going to capitalize on that. I'm going to run through a brick wall every day of my life. I'm going to capitalize on that. Run through brick walls. Those are breakthroughs. You keep focusing every single day and not thinking so much about the future and how things are going to be like, what about right now? Like, people don't understand when they think that way too far ahead instead of being right now, instead of doing right now. Like, if you were doing right now all the time, then what you think is going to happen later probably would happen. What if you're always thinking about later and what's going to happen and things are just the way they are right now? And it might be that way forever. The only thing we can do is take action today.
That's a fact, bro. It's important that you focus on the present and what you're doing today. But it's also, you also got to look at the future every now and then too. Because if you don't look at the future, you're going to forget where you were directing yourself to. Because if you get too lost in the present, you're going to forget where your destination is. You're going to go off track. That's why it's important to look at the future every now and then to make sure that you're still on track.
And over time, things change. It's not about thinking what's going to happen later on. It's not about making plans for later on. It's about executing today. And when you execute every day, life's going to get harder. The devil and Satan is going to see, whatever you want to call him, he's going to see what you're doing. He's going to think, I have to do something to make this guy or girl's life harder. Because they're going to do what they're supposed to do. My job is to ruin the world.
Yep. Scripture says that your adversary, the devil, roams around the earth like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour next. And that is 100% facts. And that's your boy Terry Joel. Oh, he always be speaking facts on life as a man and the things that you go through as a man and how you just gotta go through it and weather out the storm, man. I suggest checking him out. He's pretty square business when it comes to all that. But with that being said, man, we're gonna look up over here. Mike Perry. Let me see. This stuff from a year ago. We're gonna look at this. Let's look at this.
Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get Bucked Up. Sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission. Chairman Peter Villegas. Executive.
Obviously, we're gonna keep it sped up just for, quote unquote, CR. You already know what that is.
Officer Andy Foster. The 3 judges scoring our main event. The squared are now.
Let's go ahead and skip through it.
Of those 9 inches tall. Veteran.
Ooh, I got the hiccups.
Coconuts. Tonight he weighs 84 power and
Thiago Alves. Murgliano bringing both fighters at this scratch. Ready, sir. Go to line. Ready. Round number 1. Little pink trucks for Mike Perry. Little yellow trucks for Thiago Alves. Good forward pressure off his guts from Perry. Perry to the body, right hand dismisses the ball. Big tight striking guard for Alves. The second jab. It's to the inside. Immediately the chance of Perry of this Los Angeles crowd. He's on his back foot, tried to counter to get the right hand through. 3 on the left hook for Mike Perry. He's trying to counter, takes that right hand. Very forward again. 80 seconds remaining. Round number 1.
Ooh, damn.
Thiago Alves. Look at that power.
He dropped him straight up.
He's hurt. Up and down is Thiago Alves. He tells Murgliano wants to continue. Alves is raced.
And damn, in the first round too. This bare knuckle fighting, it's insane. I don't think I would ever do it. But I mean, I'd probably do UFC. But bare knuckle, I couldn't do that, bro. I couldn't do bare knuckle fighting. That's just too much. That right there is like the fucking gladiator, like the modern day gladiator shit, like they was doing back in the old days of Rome and shit. The dude retired after the fight because he was so shook. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Just a perfectly placed left hook, uppercut type punch. Very nicely done. And that was unfortunate right there. He was not able to keep going. But I think it was the right call. But you can tell by the way Alves got up and stepped to his left. He was going to get knocked out if they let that go on. Like a little combination between a left hook and a left uppercut.
Boom, boom. Boom. That last one got him on the chin. Boom. Just like that, man. That's all it takes is one punch, one good punch to the chin, one good kick to the chin, and you're going to sleep.
To go 5-0 at BKFC is a phenomenal accomplishment. Add to that, the opponents that Mike Perry has defeated in going 5-0. Julian Lane, Michael Venom Page, Luke Rockhold, Eddie Alvarez, and now Thiago Alves. Phenomenal for Mike Perry. The only problem is going to be fighting. You ready to fight? Ready.
Man, it's crazy, man. Crazy, man. Some crazy stuff. I will never go into bare knuckle fighting just because it's not what I want. It's too much. But I respect the people who do it because I would never do it. He said Mike Perry's a brute. I'd like to see him versus Max Holloway. Man, imagine him versus Alex Pereira. I don't know who the fuck would win that shit. Most people don't know he used to be in UFC. Yeah, that's facts. I don't know who would win, him or Alex, man. That's a hard-ass pick. That's a tough-ass pick to choose. If you ever fight Conor in that, it will be brutal. Man, it's 100% facts. This shit is brutal, period. Don't matter who you're fighting. That shit is brutal, period. I mean, no padding. They didn't even fucking. He said, Alex would send people to hell, back to life, and heaven if he did bare knuckle. It wouldn't be right. No, because all he has to do is get that hook, man. All he has to do is get that hook. They would have their entire 9 lives run out. That's a fact. That's 100% facts. But nah, man, it's just they don't even use the hand wraps around the knuckles. If y'all saw that, they didn't use the hand wraps around the knuckles. It's literally straight up bare knuckles, nothing. So yeah, bro, fuck that shit. The only time you get into a bare knuckle fight is if somebody runs up on you out there when you're fucking out in the public doing whatever it is that you're doing. Imagine him versus Izzy. Oh, Izzy would go to sleep immediately, bro. Izzy would go to sleep immediately. Or if he hit Jamal, Jamal would be capping, saying that, yeah, man, this is the reason why I lost. And, I didn't hear the ref say continue. And he stepped on my foot and he did this and he did that. Like, come on, bro. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul bare knuckle would be a death match. Bro, I don't think Jake Paul in a bare knuckle match against Mike Tyson, I don't think he wouldn't even be able to last 10 seconds, honestly. If he's getting punched with Mike's full force, bare knuckle, he gonna die. Anybody gonna die. Anybody gonna die. Because they said that getting hit with with a punch from Mike Tyson is like getting hit with a fucking baseball bat. So imagine taking that shit to the face more than once, or like 2-3 times in a row, or even to the body. Like, no, I'm cool on that, bro. I am cool on that. Y'all can have that. I'm cool, bro. I don't want to do none of that. Imagine Ryan Garcia hit Sean O'Malley bare knuckle with his left hook. He'd probably go to sleep. With bare knuckle too. So you also got to realize that bare knuckle, there's no gloves on. So there's no extra weight added onto your hands. So Ryan Garcia would be an absolute problem if he was bare knuckle fighting. With his speed, he would be an absolute problem. And that's a fact. So yeah, man, with that being said, that was your boy Terry Joel. That was your boy Mike Perry. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get up on out of here. I still got a couple of other things I got to take care of tonight. With that being said, make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else that you know. I am going to get the hell up on out of here as soon as I get this outro ready to go. So yeah, man, this shit was fun. And I will see y'all later. Deuces.
It was a fun tour, going out here and all this shit, all over fucking USA, and I'm done with all this shit. I'm cool off all this fucking talking shit. I got a whole team to represent. I don't want to do none of this. I never did want to do any of it. Fuck this nigga and fuck his team, bro. I'm out. I gotta go. Square up with yourself, motherfucker.